and you can pretty much do it
Toger and Mazz.
in perpetuity.
Yep. The Sports Hub.
No, it was wrong. In fact, I got it mixed up. I read something this morning that said first, but when I just checked, there was an exchange of picks that included a third that went out and a fifth that came back. So they got Starks and a fifth for a third, but he also was supposed to be a starting corner for them and got cut during camp. So it's very similar to Coney Ely. In retrospect, I'd take him out of tier 1 because I thought the price was higher, so that was a mistake on my part.
Okay. Worst trade acquisitions, and again, I think just the motivation there, the inspiration was the A.J. Brown trade, and we're not putting that on any tier yet, but we either could have gone could have gone best trades and best acquisitions or worst. So what do you think we're going to do?
Worst.
Josh in North Attleboro, what did we miss?
Vin Baker, 02. 4 years, $56 million, a lot in that time. And the guy for Kenny Anderson, and the guy just never played. He was an alcoholic. It was just terrible.
Okay.
Probably tier 3, but awful.
Okay, terrible. I just want to make sure it was a trade and not a free agent.
It was a trade. He's got the people right. Kenny Anderson and Vitaly Potapenko. Remember him?
And again, the true spirit of this topic is not how badly you lost a trade. Like you mentioned, Kyle Harrison for Caleb. We're not really talking about that. You actually wanted Caleb Durbin.
Right.
You were losing Alex Bregman. You needed a third baseman. You wanted Caleb Durbin. He was available. You offered Kyle Harrison to get him, but you wanted Caleb Durbin.
Your point's a good one.
Yeah.
It's really about the guy you got back just didn't meet the expectation.
Not what you gave up. So that's all a long way of saying I don't care that you lost. Did you Kenny Anderson for? That's not the point. The point is you wanted Vin Baker.
Correct.
Who had, obviously, as he referenced, a lot of problems. Rob in Plainville. Go ahead, Rob. Who do we miss?
So in true Red Sox fashion, 1993, they wanted a power hitting guy named Rob Tiers.
You don't need to tell me about Rob Deere. I know Rob Deere.
Yeah, he was a Brewer.
What'd you give up for him? So again, I don't remember this being a trade.
Is it Dave Valley or Tom Bernansky?
I'll check it out. I don't remember who they gave up. Whatever it was, I don't think it was much.
And while you're looking it up, the thing about Rob Deere is today he'd be looked at as a darling of how the baseball is played. All he was strikeouts and home runs.
It was a conditional trade, so I'm sure they didn't give up much. But I do remember Deere coming here and sucking royally.
Yes. But as Murray points out,
nerds today would love that guy.
Oh, my God.
They
totally.
would.
Patrick and Situate. Who'd we miss?
Hey, how you doing? I just got Danny Cater for Sparky Lyle. That was horrible.
Who?
That goes back into the mid-'70s.
Danny Cater, you said. I'm sorry, Cater.
Danny Cater, yeah. The Red Sox traded Sparky Lyle, left-handed reliever, who then went on to win a Cy Young Award with the Yankees. But that aside, Danny Cater did not play well for them.
You wanted Danny Cater.
Yep.
How about James in Plymouth? What did we miss?
Fellas, real quick, 2011 Patriots trade a fifth-round pick to the Redskins for Albert Hainsworth.
That big loser.
He was a slob.
Bum.
So, again, I didn't expect a lot from Hainsworth, so I let that one go.
Right.
But
did you really target him, or did you just sort of take a flyer on a guy for cheap cost?
Exactly. I felt like that one was more of a flyer.
Dan in East Longmeadow. Yes, Dan?
Larry Anderson for Jeff Bagwell.
Okay,
Wrong.
So, again, it's not about what you sent out, but go ahead, Mazz.
Larry Anderson was good for the Red Sox. They got him as a setup man. He became a free agent at the end of the year, but he was good. He had like a 1.23 ERA when he joined their bullpen, and that was in 86, I think it was. Might have been 88.
88.
Yeah, it was 88.
It was actually 90.
Okay, so it was later on for sure, but he was good. In the little time that he spent here, he pitched very well.
Dan in Pembroke, who'd we miss?
Andres Cossett from the Bruins back in 2020. He played 9 games over 2 seasons. There was COVID, but he was putrid.
Okay, what was
and
that?
Got injured.
That was the Backus trade.
I was going to say.
Weren't you just trying to get rid of David Backus?
Yes. Doesn't qualify.
That was a money dump.
You were trying to get someone to take on the contract, and you took whatever you could get coming back, if I remember this right.
But that Kasha did suck.
And he was completely useless, but I don't know.
You didn't target him.
Exactly right. Yes, Stu?
Backus and a first-round pick for this guy.
Oh.
So, but no, you had to send along the first-round pick to get Anaheim to take the contract and, I guess, get something back. But I don't think this qualifies in the spirit of the trade. Unless, Mike, you think this qualifies in the spirit of what we're talking about? Michael! All right, his comment line said Andre Coss. Be ready to go. We're going to expand the parameters of permanent banishment from the program. If you're not paying attention, or you don't understand the topic, or you're not ready to go, you'll be banned for life. Ryan in the car. Go ahead, Ryan.
Just a terrible one. They did out the nose with picks, and they re-signed him, and he stinks. Hampus Lindholm.
So, what was the... Oh, yeah, that was a trade, wasn't it?
It was a trade, absolutely, yeah. And they traded him with the intention of signing him. I don't remember what they gave up. I don't know if I'd call it a disaster.
It's pretty disastery. Maybe it's a worse contract than trade.
Lindholm was a first-round pick, multiple seconds, and a top prospect who was a defenseman.
Oh, wow. Okay, but
it was the defenseman Cody Curran?
Vakanainen?
Oh, Earl Vakanainen. He was a first-round pick.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Bruins received Cody Curran. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. The Ducks received 2022 first, 2023 second, 2024 second, defenseman Euro Vakanainen, defenseman John Moore. Those picks, though. A 1 and 2 twos? For that freaking stiff? He blows. Dave in the car. Go ahead, Dave. Give me a bad Patriots trade.
Devontae Parker. He was like a big fat nobody for a couple seasons.
Oh, good one.
That was a good one.
Good one.
Again, not that we care for these purposes, but what did you give up?
I think it was
so. If
capital.
You talk, just let me log Google as you go.
But I remember him being a big disappointment here. He was pretty good with Miami, and he had that comment. It was something like, 80-20 on 50-50 balls. Like he talked a big game, but he got here and stunk.
So the Patriots traded a third-round pick to Miami for Devontae Parker.
That's a real draft pick.
And a fifth coming back. You wanted Devontae Parker.
Yeah, and Bill, if I remember this right, Bill gave thanks to Matt Patricia for making that trade.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. And this is one of those. Devontae Parker had a couple big grabs against you.
Yep.
There were a couple of games. I want to say, if I'm getting this wrong, I'm sure you'll correct me, but didn't you lose to Tua Tagovailoa a couple times where late Tua and Devontae Parker hooked up on some gotta-have-it plays?
Sounds right.
And you lost because of it? Maybe I have that wrong, but I want to say that you did it just because Devontae Parker had a couple of games against you where he did a little bit. And Belichick got in his mind to bring him in. Good one. Devontae Parker. Ricardo in Rhode Island. Yes, Ricardo.
Thanks for taking the call, guys. You want to talk about a big stiff? I remember for years, Red Sox wanted Adrian Gonzalez, and they traded Anthony Rizzo for him. That was by far terrible for no production back.
Was that the trade?
It was Rizzo.
That was a trade.
It was Rizzo and who was the pitcher? Casey Kelly, maybe?
Okay, screw him. Rizzo turned into a real guy.
He did. And you know what, though? Gonzalez hit while he was here. So now, again, you want to say that Gonzalez was an a-hole and helped take down the team, then
I do want to say that.
Okay, but in his time with Boston, he hit .321 with an .895 OPS. So he hit. I mean, he was really the reason they were able to make that Dodgers deal, because the Dodgers wanted him, and they had to take all the contracts to get him, and the Red Sox made that work.
Stephen and Mashpee, who'd we miss?
Gordon Hayward.
That was not a free agent?
He was a free agent.
Oh, he wasn't an acquisition?
Yeah,
Right.
So see if you're banned for life. But
Not
that's
a
okay.
trade. Yeah, we're looking for trades.
Trades, not free agents. I think he came in late. If you come in late, you're just going to have to sit out the call. Just listen. This is what I'm talking about. It's like
trades. We're looking for trades.
Friend of mine just texted me, Rick Nash. Let me tell you, Ian, you're banned. Banned. I'm texting
Block
him right
his
back.
number.
Banned. Banned for life.
Out.
If you weren't listening, then just continue to listen. Don't jump in on something that you weren't listening to and then repeat or get it wrong. It's so simple.
Yeah, Pablo Sandoval.
Why is it that people do that? That they have to?
Because I know.
I got to chime in.
I got the answer.
They haven't heard this one.
You haven't said that yet.
Worst trade acquisitions. Chris in Ipswich, who'd we miss?
Bronson Arroyo for Willie Mo Pena.
Willie Mo Pena.
But was that egregious?
He sucked.
He did suck.
And you wanted him.
Yeah, Bronson Arroyo wasn't exactly freaking Christy Mathewson.
But you wanted Willie Mo Pena.
They did, yep. That was a Theo deal.
That's a tier 4, but I'll give it to you. Here's an oldie but a goodie. James in the car. Go ahead, James.
I love Willie Malpena, but I got Harry Sinden traded a 2 and a 3 for Jimmy Craig, and one of the picks turned into Mike Vernon. Thanks, guys.
Okay, is that true? On June 2nd, 1980, Harry Sinden swung a deal with the Flames to bring Jim Craig home to Massachusetts. Boston acquired Craig, who had 4 games of NHL experience in exchange for a second-round pick in the 1980 draft and a third-round pick in 81. That's a good one. How many games did Jim Craig end up playing for the Boston Bruins?
23.
Oh, wow, that many?
You want to know what his save percentage was?
I have it right here.
Oh, boy.
861.
Not good.
So it wasn't 88. Wasn't that like the Pete Peters year or the Pete Peters era?
Yeah, probably.
And he came on? Okay, Jim Craig, that's a good one. One more. A couple more. Rob in the car. Who did we miss on Mazz's Tiers?
The Red Sox needed a closer in 96, 97 range. They acquired Heathcliff Slocum. They turned him into Low and Veritek, but they sought Heathcliff Slocum, and he was a bum.
Oh, and then they turned around and traded him for
Low and Veritek.
Wow. Well, good recovery. But who did they? Not that it matters for this. I'm just curious. Who did they send for Heathcliff Slocum?
I want to say Paul Quantrill was in that deal, but let me see.
Hold on. You just got to talk when I do this.
I think it was because Paul Quantrill went to the Phillies. I think Quantrill was in the deal. There could have been another Phillies deal, but that was my recollection of it. Had to be one of those guys somewhere in that period.
So when I Google it, it all just comes up. Hold on. Traded by the Phillies with Rick Holyfield and Larry Wimberly to the Red Sox in exchange for Glenn Murray, Ken Ryan, and Lee Tinsley.
Right, Ken Ryan, and different trade.
And
Quantrill
then
was in something else.
So what a good one. Put him on the tiers. Excellent recovery.
Yeah.
Slocum for Low and Veritek.
One of the great trades in Boston sports history.
Here's another good old Red Sox one. Go ahead, Mike and Norwell.
How about Mike Easler coming here for John Tudor?
So again,
can't get enough left-handed pitching in Fenway Park.
Okay, so what year would that have been?
I don't think it was Easler for Tudor, and Easler was pretty good here. Like I never thought that one was a complete bust. Easler hit 288, had an OPS over 800. My recollection is the deal was Easler for Don Baylor or Don Baylor for Easler. I'll check it though.
That trade was in 83.
Baylor for Easler?
Yeah.
Oh, for Tudor. It was for Tudor.
Tudor and Easler.
Okay, so but Easler was good here. He was good. I mean, I don't. They didn't gag on that deal.
Okay, this one I don't think qualifies. Mike in Salem, who are you going to give us?
Yeah, I don't know. I might get thrown out on a technicality.
Banned.
But how about Gord Kluzak for Brian Bellows?
Okay, but how did that? You drafted him. You drafted Gord Kluzak.
They switched draft picks.
So so you're saying they traded on draft day to move up to get Kluzak?
No, they moved down.
Okay, I just don't remember how that all went down.
I think Bellows went first.
The Bruins were sitting with the first overall pick and traded down for Gord Kluzak?
He's wrong. He's wrong.
But was Brian Bellows Montreal?
No, he ended up going to the North Stars.
I was going to say North Stars, but then for some reason I thought it was Montreal. Hold on, keep going.
Kluzak was the number 1 overall pick, if I remember that right. So no, he's wrong. The Bruins took Kluzak with number 1.
Hold on.
He just got hurt.
Let's just Gord Kluzak draft trade. Can you talk while I type?
Sure. Yeah. To me, that doesn't fall into the same area. Because, again, nobody knows what those guys are at that time.
Well, hold on. So Gord Kluzak went number 1 overall to the Bruins. The pick was from New Jersey. So this trade, the New Jersey Devils' first-round pick went to the Bruins as a result of a compensation trade in July of 81 when Colorado signed free agent Dwight Foster. To compete the trade, Boston's 10th round pick in the 82 draft was sent to Colorado in exchange for Boston's option to swap first-round picks in 82 and a second blah, 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 blah. I don't understand that whole thing.
So they had an option to swap, and Colorado finished last, and they get the number 1 pick. That's what that's saying.
Okay,
but they had nothing to do with Bellows. The question at the time was, both of those guys were candidates for the number one pick. It was like Sagan and Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to go number one? And
Yep.
it was either going to be Kluzak, the defenseman, or Bellows, the forward. And the Bruins took Kluzak. Bellows ended up having a pretty good career.
And FYI, Bellows went to Montreal after Minnesota.
Correct.
That's why I had that in my mind.
Correct.
Okay, as we will do, we will sprinkle in your tiers, corrections, recommendations, all of this throughout the course of the program. You may continue to call at 617-779-0985. We'll also give you a couple NBA Finals thoughts right after this. I want to get to the gossip first.
Everything you said is right.
Felger and Mazz, the Sports Zone.
Brunson. And the Spurs won't foul. It's now 12 consecutive wins for the Knicks as they take game one of the NBA Finals. Their 7th consecutive road game. And one of the great playoff runs in NBA history is still alive.
I'm just flabbergasted. We have the Red Sox game on. Did you see that challenge?
I did not.
No.
Did I just see? I was just coming back from the bathroom. It was on in the outside there. I'm sorry. I'm like shouting at people. Like, did you just see that?
Well, you can rewind on these TVs.
Can you rewind and show me this?
Yeah, where's the remote?
Mazz can work his magic with that remote.
Just start talking into remotes, Mazz. I know you.
I don't need to talk. I can do it without talking.
He has like a symbiotic relationship with these things. He doesn't need to talk to it.
Keep talking.
Aren't the Red Sox the worst ABS challenge team in baseball?
Yes, they are. Alex Spear of the Globe wrote about it today.
Okay, you got to see this. Okay, stop.
All right, shut up.
Talk to it. Talk to the thing.
No, it's coming.
You talk, Mazz. All his emails. He's just talking to his phone.
Oh yeah. Talk to text. He loves it.
My fingers are fat. It's
he
easier.
loves talking to his gadgets. Loves it.
This must be it right here.
No. You rewound too far.
All right. Well,
then why do you like?
Well, then do your job.
Shouldn't this be best served for the commercial break?
That's what I think, Murray.
It was so bad. Did you challenge? Watch this. I just want you to laugh at it in real time.
I'm telling you, they suck at this.
And if it's right down the pipe, they've had one of these already this season.
Watch this. Watch where this ends up.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
The whole ball's
the
in
whole ball is in by like inches.
Not even close.
Look at that.
So this is Contreras, and by the way, what's his name? Look at
that one's laughable. Laughable.
The manager's like, yeah, why did he challenge that one? That was ridiculous.
This team is a freaking clown show.
Yeah, they are. They're a complete clown show. Monasterio had one earlier in the year that was literally like in the middle of the whole box.
It was worse than that?
Yeah, it was actually. It was right smack dab in the
that's
middle.
what I was thinking of. I think it was against the Phillies, maybe.
And Monasterio, by the way, I'd watch him if they had rankings for the ABS challenge system, like who's the best and who was the worst, he'd be the worst in baseball.
Oh, my God.
He blows at it.
All
right. Does he blow at it?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I just wasted 2 minutes of your time. How'd you feel about the basketball game last night, Mazz?
I liked the basketball game. I thought the Knicks disappointed me. I thought the game was kind of a slog up until about halfway through the third quarter, and then obviously San Antonio was pulling away at that point. But, man, I like the Knicks. I like the way the Knicks play. I like the fact that they, plug and play different guys, and they all play their roles well. They put bodies on Wembanyama. They played both ends how I would expect them to play it, and they dominated, really, the final, call it, 18 minutes of the game. The final 6 minutes of the third quarter, the entirety of the fourth quarter, pretty much. What's his name? Brunson wasn't even that good.
No, he wasn't.
Until the fourth quarter in this game, he wasn't even good.
I thought some of their other players were kind of apprehensive in that first half. Karl Anthony Towns overall was like one of the main reasons the Knicks ended up winning, I thought. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Well, no.
They're rollish type of players. The two guys I was really impressed with Josh Hart, who I really like on that team anyway, and OG Anunoby, who hit 3 big threes and was awesome in that second half. But Hart, he had 15 rebounds. He's 13 inches shorter than Victor Wembanyama, and he out-rebounded him in this game. Like, I just... he's like Marcus Smart without the annoyance. He does like all the, the little things, diving all over the place, making big plays, but 10 rebounds in 19 second half minutes. And he finished plus 17, had clutch steals in the fourth quarter. He was everywhere. I thought Hart was awesome.
He was an animal. And Murray's right about their role players. You know that old adage, role players don't show up on the road? Well, the Knicks role players are veterans. They're not young. And secondly, they have so many of them that it's almost like we've got 5 or 6 and 2 or 3 of them are bound to play well. It works. Hart was dynamite. Oh, Anunoby was good in that game.
Yeah,
Had
he
some
was.
big shots for them. Did you say that already?
3 big threes, yeah.
Yeah, so, Towns is, to me, one of their centerpiece guys. And then Brunson was money on the shots he had to make. So, to me, I thought you could see some of the tightening with San Antonio in that game last night. They missed some shots by a mile. And I think some of those guys are going to be a little tight in this series. They put up a stat at the end of the game. 70% of the teams that win game one win the NBA Finals. Obviously, that means that 30% don't. But the Knicks have a shot in this thing, Mike. They have a real shot in this thing. They're playing extremely well.
Which I didn't think that they would. I thought maybe it'd be a little competitive. Maybe it goes 6. And look, it still could play out that way. But I thought whoever was going to come out of the West, whether it was OKC or the Spurs, was probably going to blow doors. But now, yeah, Mazz is right. Knicks have a shot. And I find myself rooting for them, which I didn't think I would be.
Why do you find yourself rooting for the Knicks? Because I'll tell you why you should. But go ahead.
They're gritty. They're ballsy. I like how they play.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the way they play.
They don't ever give up.
No, they don't.
They're constantly scrapping at you. They've won, it wasn't as dramatic as the games they beat you last year, but it's something similar. San Antonio's up 14 points, third quarter at home. You think they're just going to kind of waltz their way through it. And the Knicks just sort of keep picking and fighting and picking and fighting and picking and fighting. And the next thing you know, it's a one-possession game for the balance of the fourth quarter. Then the Knicks go up by like 8, I want to say, with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Spurs come back and tie it, and you're like, okay, well, that just – no. And the Knicks just keep pecking and going and pecking and going. And if I were a Celtics fan, it would frustrate. I'd have a little bit of Knicks envy. I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm sorry. If watching the Knicks win these games would frustrate me as a Celtics fan, because I would just sit there and say, they're still not as good as you. They're not. They're not as talented as you. You have more talent than that team. Up and down the roster, you have more talent than the Knicks. But they just play the right way. It's like, and they got grit and balls, and they're tough, and they're gritty, and it's like, if the Celtics just had more of that, I don't know, it would frustrate me if I had a talented team that just didn't play the right way or couldn't bear down when they needed to bear down or do the right things when they needed that. That's like the worst kind of team. You're the freaking Indianapolis Colts. And and the Knicks are the antithesis of that. Now, in basketball, it usually doesn't work that way, where you can have all the grit and intangibles that you want. In that sport, it's about the horses. Football, you can make up for it with, physicality and coaching and all those things. That's football. Basketball, it's generally just the best player wins and none of the other stuff matters. But the Knicks are the antithesis of that. And they're the antithesis of you. It would frustrate me if I were a Celtics fan.
Yeah, they are. I'll tell you, I do admire the way they play, though. And they play smart. So, for example, Wembanyama, on a couple of occasions, had to come out to the perimeter. And I can't remember if it was to guard. He usually doesn't go out there for Hart. But he somehow got switched on to Towns, and he had to go out there. The Knicks immediately cut to the basket and passed behind him. It's like, and that's what you have to do against San Antonio. You got to get him out of the paint. And the second he comes out of there, you got to get behind him and go fast.
And I don't know how the Knicks get you to do this, but the panic three, or the sort of just kind of settling for three, the Spurs started to do that in this game too. I just looked at, I think they had 43 last night, which is, pretty well above their both postseason and regular season average. So they're like a mid-pack three-point shooting team. They shot 43 or 44 three-pointers last night. And again, watching the second half and some of those possessions, they're just kind of settling or panicking. And, the Knicks, I think, kind of bait you into doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do. They can muck up the game a little, too. And so the officiating in this series is going to be important just from the standpoint of whether or not they let them play. And I think in the finals, typically they let you play. I mean, especially as you get later into the series. So there were a couple of times where Wembanyama wanted to go to the basket, and whether it was Towns or Robinson just kind of stood in front of him and let him, he was going to have to power his way through. And those guys are bigger than he is in terms of mass. And so he couldn't get through them. He was going to have to go around them. They played him well. I told you, I picked the Knicks in this series. I think they're going to win it.
Okay. NBA Finals thoughts, Mazz's Tiers. We start off with some football as well. Your calls on whatever you prefer after Big Jim Murray gets you updated here.
Now, more of Felger and Mazz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
Shri, our buddy, is in Melrose. Hi, Shri.
Hey, Mike. You talked about it earlier about how, as Celtics fans, we should pretty much hate what the Knicks are doing. I'm hating it, but some part of me is kind of rooting for the Knicks just so it kind of maybe makes the Celtics adjust anything. But I'm thinking about it. As long as they have that idiot coach, Joe Mazzulla, they're going to continue shooting 63s a game and underachieving every year. So the first step has to be to get rid of that coach, which I don't think it's ever going to happen.
So listen, my only point is it would piss me off if I were a Celtics fan to see the Knicks succeeding at this level when they have less talent than you. There's nothing worse than that, especially in that sport. There's other sports, football, hockey, okay. You can have more talent and you don't always win. In basketball, the more talented team wins. It's just the way it's always been. It's the way it is. It's that sport. So your intangibles or the play style has to be so bad and so off for you to lose to inferior opponents, and you keep doing it. And the Knicks are like the antithesis of that.
Yeah, they're doing it with grit, guile, and balls. It's like the Pistons team that beat the Lakers in 2004. You rarely, if ever, see it. Talent usually does win out in that league more than any other.
And they play together. They do play together. Like, again, they cut well. You know, they didn't shoot the ball particularly well last night. I don't even know what the percentage was. Brunson took 31 shots.
He did not shoot well.
I mean, he was 12 for 31. You have one guy take 31 shots, he makes 12. You'd think usually you're going to lose that game. But he made him when he needed to. You know what I love about him that I think is underrated? Maybe not. Maybe it's just I haven't put emphasis on it. His handle. He can freaking handle the ball. It's something the Celtics don't have. When you watch a guy legitimately handle the ball, who can, dribble around guys, put it on the floor and get by people and start and stop and never turn it over.
Mazz, it just occurs to me, the Knicks are what you don't want to be. You want this stupidity, which I hate. Positionless basketball 5-out. The Knicks have a true ball handler and a true big guy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
A true set. Don't they have a true 1 and a true 5?
Yeah. I would even say that, Karl Anthony Towns, you could argue, is more of a power forward because they can play Mitchell Robinson at center.
How do they start? Do they start with Mitchell Robinson at center?
I think he usually does. I didn't see the beginning of the game last night.
But Karl Anthony Towns is a center.
He is. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's a center that can shoot, but he's also, he's a big-bodied guy who can also, be an obstacle around. He's not a great defensive player, but,
whether he lines up at the 4 or the 5, that's a center.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
he's that guy.
It's a traditional model.
Yeah. The Knicks, and then they have good, like the wings are great defenders, and they got good intangible guys like Hart. I mean, it's a diverse team. It's not this stupid 5-out positionless basketball.
Nope.
Which you should have started to hate a long time ago. It doesn't work. It doesn't. It's not why you won the championship. Your play style or that construction. That's not why you won it. Okay, Mazz's Tiers, worst trade acquisitions. Here's one I just can't remember or don't know of. Murph and Brookline, go.
It's the infamous John Y. Brown trade. The owner forced Auerbach to trade 3 first-round picks and a guy named Tom Barker to the Knicks for Bob McAdoo.
What year? Okay, so 70s?
It's 78.
Do you remember this, Mazz?
Well, I remember McAdoo coming. I don't remember what went. But
they wanted McAdoo?
They did at the end of his career. He was garbage.
Okay.
They sucked, though. You know what I mean? They did it just that was really more of a PR kind of trade.
Put it on the list. Sean and Bill Ricca has a Bruins one. Go ahead.
Joey Juneau for Al Iafredi. And it's like a tier C, but I remember the Bruins won Iafredi.
Tier 1, Sean. Banned for life.
Here's one they didn't hear yet.
Banned for life.
And the trade was about Iafredi from a Boston.
You wanted Al Iafredi. You wanted the big howitzer on the blue line. You wanted the guy. You wanted this guy. Someone to play next to. Blah, blah, blah. You wanted him. You gave up Juneau for him. And he was useless. But we mentioned it in the original. Was it on your original tiers?
Tier 1.
Banned for life. Why do you have to call? If I say if you listen to the segment and you know what's been said, then participate. If you didn't, I'm not blaming you. You don't have to listen all 4 hours every minute. I get it. But if you didn't listen, why do you have to call?
Yeah, because if I didn't hear it, no one said it.
Mazz's Tiers, unless there's a special circumstance, is $2.50 on Thursdays. Okay?
Almost religiously.
That's when the segment is. If there's breaking news or something, we might change, but we've pretty much been for months. Thursday at $2.50. If you did not listen at that segment, sit out the call. And if you do feel that you have to say something,
I gotta,
and you repeat, then you will be banned. Like Tyler in the mail truck. Go, Tyler.
Hey, guys. So the one I had for you was back in '98 when Patino decided to trade Chauncey Billups for Kenny Anderson. I know he was an all-star on Toronto at some point in time previous to that, but when he was here for those 5 years, I mean, he sucked. He only averaged like 11 points, a few rebounds or assists.
Okay,
he was
Kenny.
a nothing.
I mean, Tyler, we had Vin Baker.
The other way, yeah.
You sent Kenny Anderson for Vin Baker. That's where I thought you were going to go. So you're clean. You're good. Did they target Kenny Anderson, or did some reason Rick Pitino just hate his draft picks?
I think it was mostly hate his draft.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he realized that young guys in the NBA weren't going to work because they needed time, and he got impatient and completely destroyed the Celtics.
Jimmy and
Rick Pitino's the right answer, by the way. That wasn't a trade.
Jimmy,
you want to talk about acquisitions that didn't work?
Jimmy in the car. Go ahead, please.
Hey, guys. 2013, Tyler Seguin for Louis Erickson.
Jimmy, you are banned from the program for life with no chance for reinstatement.
Correct. No chance for parole.
Banned. We said specifically at $2.50. Specifically. I believe it was mentioned either by myself or Mazz. Louis Erickson doesn't count on this list. You did not target Louis Erickson. You wanted to get rid of Tyler Seguin because he couldn't keep his pecker in his pants, and so you wanted to get rid of him. And you sent him around the league, and that's what you got as a return. You did not target Louis Erickson. We said it specifically. That's frustrating. If you didn't listen to the segment, don't call.
I got one for them.
Just keep listening.
How about Tim Wright?
Charlie, this says Charlie on the truck. Are you like sunbathing on the truck? It doesn't matter. Go ahead, Charlie. What do you got?
He's laying in the bed.
Jaromir Jagr, 2013, played in the playoffs, no goals that whole 2013 playoff run.
No goals.
I think he had like 11 assists or something.
Wasn't he just kind of a fly? Did you target? I mean, you must have. How did you acquire him? Can someone talk for 1 second?
Yeah, no, I looked up Jagr this morning. It was a trade. I don't remember when they gave up. I considered him. The thing that frustrated me most about Jagr, all he did was hold on to the puck.
Oh, my God. He wouldn't get his fat ass off the ice.
Rick Nash was a similar kind of thing. Like, all he did was hold on to the puck. At least Jagr actually led to some goals.
So the Bruins sent Lane McDermott, Cody Payne, and a conditional second-round pick. It was a second rounder, but became a first rounder if the Bruins reached the Eastern Conference Finals, which they did.
They went to the finals that year. That was the Blackhawks year.
So it ended up being a second that became a first for Jaromir Jagr. That like tier 4.
Yeah, no, you could definitely put it on the list somewhere.
Oh, but my God, he wouldn't get his ass off the ice.
No, it was brutal.
He was just out there for 2 minutes at a time. Anyway, we continue with your calls. Our long commercial-free segment is next. Don't go anywhere. We'll back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Mazz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Mazz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
The key to the game was Karl Anthony Towns. He was spectacular. I mean, Brett's going to get a lot of luck. He scored the most points. But if you actually watch that game, the biggest difference in that game was Karl Anthony Towns, him getting Wemby away from the basket, him posting up, him getting offensive rebounds. That's when they made their run in the third quarter. They were down 14, and he was just like, and this was what I was impressed with. When he's aggressive like this, because Wemby can't, I was surprised he was getting around Wemby this easy, to be honest with you.
Chuck.
I mean, he took it at him all night long. Karl Anthony Towns, what I said, if they're going to win this series, he's going to have to be the best player on the court for the Knicks. And he was the best player on the court for the Knicks tonight, in my opinion. And those other guys chipped in. But, man, what a great win.
You concur? That was Charles Barkley after the game last night. You concur with that analysis there, Mazz?
I mean, he was good, yeah. I think they had a handful of guys. Towns was one of them, though. And with him, it can go either way. There are a lot of nights where he's passive, not engaged. Last night, he was engaged. And I would say that, if you look at the numbers, because as Barkley was talking about the offensive rebounds, I was just punching it up. The Knicks had 10. The Spurs had 14, okay? But the ones the Knicks got were big. Like, there were a lot of big ones that they got that extended possessions, got them the ball back and gave them second chance, and they were able to score as a result of it. So in second chance points, they outscored the Spurs by 9 points. It was 23-14. They made use of those rebounds. And Towns was good on both ends. He even had a block shot last night, like right in front of the basket. I can't remember the last time he blocked a shot getting off his feet that I've seen. Because he doesn't typically get off his feet. He's kind of lazy.
And kind of soft, too. Yes. And that was the thing. So I thought he was better defensively. So Wembanyama's numbers against him, with Towns defending him, he was 2 for 12 with 3 turnovers.
So this is a guy that's kind of elevated.
Definitely.
In, now that, I don't know, now that he can smell it, or no one's ever looked at Towns, as we've been describing the Knicks, as tough, gritty, clutch, rising to the occasion. Like, he's been just the opposite of that his entire career.
Correct.
So I don't know if that's what he is, or they're just getting this now out of him, or whatever the case may be. But that's what's happening with Karl Anthony Towns. It's like that you'd say that he's the reason they would lose at this time of year, not win this time of year.
I mean, the people in Minnesota would hear that and look at that and go, where the hell was this?
Exactly. You bet.
Where the hell was this? We had him all that time. How come we never really saw that? And you'd get it in little flashes. So let's see if he can sustain it for the whole series. But, I just think he is built to give Wembanyama a tough time, or a tougher time is a better way to say it. So he's big-bodied. He's got some skill. He can get away from the basket on the offensive end. He is built to give Wembanyama a game. And if he does that and offsets him, the Knicks will win the series, I think. I mean, if Karl Anthony Towns disappears, then Wembanyama could completely take over. But Robinson's not scared either. Like, he's another guy that'll body him up and play him. So they got a couple of guys that they can kind of push him around with a little bit. And I think that's the only way to slow down Wembanyama. I think the Knicks are in it. I have felt this way since the last round. Windhorst made a comment in the last round, Mike, about how they are playing better.
By this point, Mazz, it's kind of obvious the Knicks are in it.
Yes, but I mean, they legitimately have a chance to win this thing.
I agree they have a chance to win this series. Do you think they're a great team?
No, but I think they're good. They're consistently good.
I think it's basically about their makeup and play style.
Yeah.
And again, the way the roster is constructed, with sort of defined roles, point guards, big guys, wings. It's not just this preposterous positionless 5-out thing that you do. But that's why. It's not because they're like a super talented team.
No, they're not. No, in fact, I would say where they really cornered the market is between their best player and their 8th best player.
I mean, the Brunson, right? It's very.
You know
good.
What I mean?
Yeah, sure, right. But usually in basketball, you don't do that.
No, very unusual.
You don't say the Knicks are winning because of 3 through 6. Their 3rd best player through their 6th best player. That's not the way it works in basketball. You win with your 1 and your 2 and maybe your 3. You don't win with 3 through 6. So that's what makes the Knicks such a good story and so refreshing. And again, would be so frustrating for me if I were a Celtics fan. It's like, we have the 1 and the 2. That's how you win in that league. That's how that goes.
Totally.
And they're still winning because, it's like Brunson. Is Brunson a top 10 player in the league? And don't use recency bias. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to say that because they're 1 up in the NBA Finals, and he had some clutch shots at the end of that game last night. But I don't even know if he's a top 10 guy.
No, I would say closer to 15 or 20. I undersold him. A couple of years ago, I thought he was like in the 20s. He's in between 10 and 20 somewhere.
Well, I just want to see how many so he's a 3-time All-NBA second team. So that does make you top 10 by that definition.
Yep.
So, and he did do it in 26, so this year. The last 3 years, he's been second team All-NBA. So that, again, I guess you'd have to say he's a top 10 player. Jalen Brunson or Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Brown.
I'd so much rather have Jaylen Brown.
I want the size.
Although what I do love about Brunson is his ability to score under pressure. And the value on that skill alone is so freaking high.
They both have the will to win, but Brunson's got a better handle.
It's an intangible.
It is.
Mazz's thing is intangible. Who would you rather have with the ball in his hands at the end of the game?
Yeah,
Brunson. But your guy's better. Like, that would frustrate me. The basketball, you have the better guy.
And Brunson can get picked on at the defensive end.
Big time, right.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though,
the Knicks are smart about how they built that roster to cover for it.
Yeah, great. And he also, when he needs to make a bucket, goes inside the line. He goes down to the free throw area. It's like a little 15-foot step back where it's like a jab step. He busts to the rim, gets a guy to back off, then stops and takes a 15-footer, and he is money on that shot. He makes it freaking, I would say, 80% of the time.
Okay, we were going to wait for the Red Sox to go final before we start talking Red Sox, but why wait?
F them.
They're down 8-1 in the bottom of the eighth, for all intents and purposes.
Another one.
Oh, my God, did he just challenge that?
Yeah.
Is that Durant?
It was.
Oh, my God, they're so bad at it.
He sucks at it, too. He's another one.
But, okay, we're going to pick this up on the other side. These challenges are comical.
Get these guys glasses.
No, it's not that.
They're dumb, Murray.
They're dumb.
Well, that too.
They're dumb. Yeah. They're dumb and undisciplined. Dumb, soft team. They challenged 2 balls today that were
entirely in the strike zone.
In the meat of the strike
by
zone.
a wide margin. Not even grazing the line on the inside. Plenty of real estate around the entire ball in the strike zone. And they keep challenging. Dumb, stupid, soft baseball team.
Yep. You pretty much got it.
Oh, my God. We'll get to these guys after Murray's 90-second update, no commercials.